something that just keeps happening. It's a failure in the organisation of the defensive side of the team.
And it's not unlucky. It's happening that often now that there's something fundamentally wrong, and you could look at it and say, have the centre-backs dropped off too much, which is dragging the two defensive midfield players with them? You know, if we can hold a higher line, the two defensive midfield players, Cullen and Malumbi, will be 5-10 yards further forward, and they'll be able to get contact on this. But if the centre-backs sink all the way into the edge of the 6-yard box, it means your two number 6s are going to get dragged all the way onto the penalty spot. So when players get the ball on the edge of the box, they have time, space, they feel comfortable, they're not rushed. So you need to start, from a coaching point of view, you'd have to start looking at that. Why are teams getting so many shots from us on the edge of our own box? Is it that reason, or is it another one? But it has to be addressed, because it's happening so often now that teams have obviously clocked it and have figured it out. And they're probably setting up for that, because you know, if you give world-class players time and space at the edge of a box, you can't keep letting them get shots off. They will hurt you.
And because it's happened so much, that particular, you know, shot from the edge of the box or outside the box, Richard, like, is there a sense that perhaps this hasn't been properly addressed? But clearly, if it's still happening.
It hasn't been. I mean, everyone spoke. I think before the France game at home, people were speaking about it, and it wasn't addressed, and Pavard scored from distance. When it was brought up this week in a press conference, he said, well, it's not happened to us for months. And they reminded him about Pavard and the fact that you haven't played for months. So it has happened. It keeps happening in every single game, and it is a problem. But when Damien's talking about the team dropping off, and that's where we've got to. We try and defend the 6-yard box. That's why I was talking earlier, we need to have a little block where it maybe starts 10 yards further up the field, so we don't get pinned back into situations where everyone's in our box, everyone thinks they're doing a job just by being behind the ball. There has to be a trigger to go and press the ball, to go and win the ball back, to give ourselves an opportunity then to attack teams, to counter-attack, to have opportunities to win games, not just survive. So in these type of games, these are the games where we just try and survive, wait for a set piece. But there needs to be a little bit more than just that, to show real development in where we are.